Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome back to Starsector, the first episode since the last episode I recorded, which has been a little bit a while ago, unfortunately due to work and schedule conflicts, but we are at Yig, and if you remember from last time, we did a mean thing at Yig and stole their food, their produce. So, as I said before, we could actually, well, you know what, we could sell it back to Yig, but that's probably not for the best because they won't actually accept us at their market and probably won't for quite some time, but that's just the way the thing goes now. We have this whole sector here. We have our neighbors, which I did say previously. It's nice to have a tradable market over here, but one of the issues that I have is that there's just a bunch of people fighting. The Brighton Federation are fighting with people. You have known enemies, you have known enemies, you have known enemies. Really what's going on here is that everybody is just fighting everybody, and it's going to be our role here to see what we can do to either, I don't want to say pacify because that has some negative connotations to it, but whether we can corral this stupidity in and just accept the gift that's been given to us, or die trying. So, where we are leaving off right now is that we have our happy big fleet here. We're not saying a happy little fleet anymore. We do have a few other ships that I do want to actually refit, but I'm not going to do them, or I want to restore them, but I'm not going to restore them here. We have to do that at actually a marketable market. So what we're going to do is go back towards the core worlds. Now, we do have some other planets and places that we can go, things we can do. We have, obviously, some colonies that we do need to invest in, especially our newest one here, which currently has ground defenses building, has mining building. We do need to actually install the bore in there. I forgot to do that. You know what? Or maybe we do, maybe we don't. We probably do. But I do want to build a patrol HQ here. So you know what? I know I have a lot of money, and I said I needed that money to make things happen. Let's go ahead and install the patrol HQ just so we have it. Because, oh shit, wrong button. Getting a little bit too trigger happy here. The reason that we're doing this is because I have a very hot planet. Yeah, I know it's, there's other things you can say about that, but extreme heat plus the item that gives additional like patrol ships from the extreme heat planet means that this is a second industry that we'll want, and that will really help shore up security in the system. So that's going to be the long-term plan, or I guess the medium-term plan. We have just a little bit of debt to deal with, but that should work itself out pretty soon. So let's go back to the core worlds. And remember, once again, we are as pirates, as it were. That means that we will do our best. Oh, you're hostile with us and you're trying to maintain contact with us. Well, that's nice. Go tell your friends that we've sent a message out to everybody else that, you know what, maybe we don't need... I don't know. How do we put this? There's an unidentified contact here, but I think we're going to do the pirate thing and just try to skedaddle. Ooh, there's a hostile fleet out here. Let's go to hyperspace anyway, because that looks pretty hostile too. Although not as hostile as maybe I was thinking of. It looks kind of like a junker fleet in a way. But anyway, we got some people here. Friendly salvage fleet. Remnant subordo. What? Bruh. Alright, well... that's exciting. I guess we can start this episode off with a bang. I just wanted to get over to some of the core worlds and see kind of what I can do to get some more contracts, to get some more trade going. We're going to see if maybe we can have a little bit of an intersection here, because right now they're coming for us, but I have some other things I want to do than just fighting, like maybe starting a sustained burn. We're going to have a very annoying flight through the space inner tubes again. As always seems to happen, we are flying in the opposite direction where they are going. Fortunately, we kind of hit a break up here, which means we're probably going to get some more Ordos waiting for us. That might actually be one. Nope, it's just a pirate fleet lying in wait. Well, good on you. You're trying your best. And this is a red beacon system, so I gotta remember that. Oh, this is the red beacon system. There could be some really nice goodies in here if I can manage to kind of slay the remnants that are in there, but that's another question for another day. My conflict right now is with a bit more of the fleshy persuasion. Those are words that I did not expect to say here when I started recording, and that is not going to be the title of this episode. Obviously, we're doing the DoorDash, Grubhub, whatever other non-sponsor corporate entity to try to exploit the gig economy. Wow, our monthly expenses are still pretty high. Did we pay off that debt? We would have paid off that debt had we not invested into our own colony. I guess that's not too surprising. Now that we're up here, who wants food? Who wants burgers? Cheeseburgers, French fries. Come on, these can't just be like MREs or some shit. It's got to be like actual food. It says various food products preserved and packaged for export. No less than 5 domain standard years. Yeah, those aren't MREs. Those last until like the Cataclysm. Korik, you know what? Let's take a visit to Korik, which should be up here, right? Yeah. And the reason we're going to do that is that we do have some high-value prisoners here. And what is our current reputation with the Kingdom of Terra? Oh, they're still suspicious of us. Well, that's too bad. I know they have a lot of enemies. It kind of goes against what I'm saying, but I got to pick a side at some point. And although this is all very cute, and we do have some very large entangling alliances, including the Shadow Yards, which a lot of you all like, and I like their ship designs, with 2 of my other favorite factions. They're not currently fighting the Kingdom of Terra. I wouldn't mind slipping in with the Kingdom of Terra for a little bit, just to get some money, and more importantly, to get some of the blueprints. And colony growth, disdock. I was like, wait a minute, that's my joke, but I remember where the joke came from now. So here we go. Once again, if we have any, like, possibly good stuff here, supply, ship hulls, heavy armaments, and heavy machinery. How do we feel about HMI? Pretty sure they kind of wronged us with some docking fees before. So the Persean League, Reparation Society, and Psi Nation are all buddies. Let's dive in. Oh, we just missed them, didn't we? Alright, well, you know what? Y'all made it. Y'all got away just in time. Because that was a pretty good shipment that I could have had. We're not going to take that. But yeah, if we can just do some aggressive inner core world trading, and by aggressive I mean we take the supplies and we redistribute them for our own gain. That's okay. So we got another thing here: mercantile convoy, friendly, independent, ship hulls and ship components. That's not very valuable. We'll let them go for now. All right, so Korik. Let's see what we got over here. First off, our old stomping grounds. Cannot believe the Reuter Union has still held on to this after all this time. We'll turn on our stupid beacon. Surveying a frozen world back towards our home place is actually pretty nice, but I intend to kind of keep my business running over here for the time being. Just because... Let's see here. Who's hostile? Oh, well, that's a little bit of a problem. Well, they're not coming for us right now. Apparently, Togar Exchange is having an issue. You guys are having an issue. Everybody is, this is like war-torn hellscape today. You love to see it. They're engaged in a battle, so wait. Who's fighting who here? Hang on a second. I thought the Reuters were they're not getting along with the Kingdom of Terra. Y'all need to figure it out. Okay, so we lost some crew. We actually lost a pretty sizable chunk of Marines. Okay, we have to replace our Marines. The crew's actually not as big of a deal. Of course, Korik doesn't need the food now. So we don't have too many places we can trade this. We could try to get a Samuel. I know it's Tri-Attack who's hostile with this, so let's check and see what Samuel looks like. It's a military installation, so you know what? Let's just dump it and call it a loss. Let's dump it on the black market, because black market food is more delicious. Alright, so do you need weapons? Lots of people need weapons, apparently. I should have checked this before. Drugs. Apparently the pirates kind of need drugs here. Alright, well, What are we seriously doing here? We have some high-value prisoners. I can turn them in. I never set up the VPC. I never did the other thing. I never do the things I say I'm going to do. But I guess that is the, oh my god, squirrel mentality that I have in this game. Where I just see shit and pursue it. So here we are. Let's go ahead and talk to a colony administrator here. We have the base overseer, the station commander. No, it's always prisoner actions. I do this wrong every time. So we can repatriate, turn them back into cave people. So reputation up, 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 up. So they don't hate us now. That's a plus. But if we talk to like the base overseer here, and I'd like to be commissioned, you requires a favorable. Oh, 10, only 10 or better standing. Well, you know what? That's not the worst. Why are you trying to... Oh. You want me to go up here to Legio and do what? I mean, we do have 300 Marines to do it. Ah, fuck it. Let's give it a try. Now, I didn't see what faction you're with, but I'm hoping it's, oh, it's like a pirate dude. Oh, well, you know what? If we piss off the pirates, then, we piss off the pirates. But here's, like, a Wyvern. Obviously, we can't afford these things yet. The money situation will figure itself out. This happens every time we upgrade our ship classes here. What I find really interesting is that we have, like, a lot of the Shadow Yards stuff here. And obviously, the Stalker's a good build. And, like, Hatchling, that's a very fun-looking frigate. Yeah. Like I said, this is going to be our short to medium-term goal. So, I guess while we're here, I think maybe the better move is just to see what we can plunder from people, like, in orbit. So, I think this area is probably too hot, if that makes sense. So, what did we actually get ourselves into here? Extract an agent from Eleanor Customs. Well, Eleanor Customs is not the worst place you could have picked. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And it is a place that's fairly easy to jump into. Yeah. How many Marines do I have now? I should have enough. Okay, cool. So that's 60 grand in the bank. Our debt is still not the best. We need to find some other ways to get money here pretty fast. Fast money. That's fast money. And it actually, that's also fast money. And it kind of puts us back in this neighborhood. That's probably a little too fast money. Although, maybe I could take it. The 300 stuff usually means that some of this shit's, like, massive. So let's see here. Let's punch a hegemony person out, and if we get some other people along the way, even better. Hiding near a gas giant planet in a system with a yellow primary star. Well, there's only one of those. So Epsilon Prisma. Let's go. Do we need more supplies while we're here? Do I have money to buy supplies? Not really. Okay, well, we know how to get supplies in this game. And you know what? Hopefully we can get some more valuable prisoners along the way and not turn them into supplies. Meanwhile, while we're here, we got more space fighting out here. It's just so much fighting, and I'd love to go over there. And Special Task Force Chagar's fleet. You ain't gonna do shit to us. However, oh! Ludic Path Expedition. So what does that mean for us? Somewhat weak, but our people are somewhat weak. So it's just an expedition. They're not invading. Right. Alright. So I can't just... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't buy fuel. Well, we'll be okay. We'll go up here. We'll go up here. If we're invading a pirate space station... I didn't actually check to see how much time we have left on these bounties, so... 55 days and 152 days. So we're okay. Okay, and how many days do I have on the search and rescue? 116, and I have to return them. That's what we remember this time, but that's okay. So we didn't get to do any piracy plundering here with supply, ship hulls, heavy armaments, and heavy machinery. Yes, please. All right, United Panmed. We are going to pursue you. And second in command can handle piracy. We saw nothing here. Obviously, we need to send a Starlight Cabal ship in to make it look like it wasn't us. So we blasted them. We got most of them. Consider ship recovery. Huh, fun. It's like a glimmer, but it's not. Okay, we're not recovering this. United Panmed likes us a little less. That's fine. That's how we get supplies. That's how we get heavy armaments. Thank you. See, they're not rules, they're guidelines, and we got paid for that. I mean, I'm not supposed to get excited about it. Obviously, we're just feeding into the war machine by killing in the name of our own survival. So, moralization of crap. Okay, this is in the Prism Nebula. That's not in the Prism Nebula. All right, cool. So we know where to go. Pressing one, by the way, adds and removes the Starscape, so it makes it easier to navigate some of this stuff. Okie dokie. Hey, space ghosts. And we have like another ghost following us, or maybe it's actually a fleet that's following us. But what does this bounty say? Other than a quilted quicker picker-upper, apparently. Like, they have some interesting ships. I wouldn't mind getting a support cruiser at all. Those things aren't bad. Hawk's not bad either. What is that? Notorious Pirate. For Tega Demos. What was this? What was this? Near a gas giant. Well, hopefully there's not a ton of gas giants here, but we have a beacon. We have a beacon here. And we have multiple gas giants, so let's start with the far one, and if that doesn't work, we know where to go. Conquest mission. Ooh. That's something we're not doing. Okay, warning. I think this is it. It says there's a hostile fleet nearby. Hey! Nice to see ya. Open the comlink, please. When you get the next live, tell it was Tega Demos that sent you. Well, samesies. Alright. Once again, let's not mind all the D-mods on my entire fleet here. We have a lot of frigates that I'd like to deploy instead of some of the ships that we're deploying here. Because they got some big stuff here. I'm actually going to bench Null Point Exception for a bit. Because I think we can get more value out of getting some of our smaller ships out here. Especially if we can tag... Okay, not you. Especially if we can tag some of the beacons. Yeah, that's a start. We'll go from there. You know what I meant to do last... And I need to remember to do this between episodes. I was wondering before with the mod how the whole combat point distribution thing would work. And I think it is getting a little clearer now that I do, in fact, need to up the limit. I usually play with a higher limit. I've gotten some flack for that in the past. But I like having big space battles. It's been a theme if you've been at this channel or any of the Starsector series in the past. It benefits me. It benefits the other people. I changed the fleet cap for that purpose, and that means that now that we're getting more ships out here, our deployment points need to act accordingly. That's a really nice big gas giant in the background. Alright, so they have some pretty nasty cruisers, but so do we. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, we're in for the money, and it was really useful that we decided to punch out a supply caravan before doing this. And that's one of the interesting things that I haven't really done much in a few of my Starsector saves that I've done on YouTube so far, is manipulating the supply and demand by cutting off actual deliveries to places. So we can see what we can do there as everybody starts to like bump into each other. We have our big slow cruisers up here. You know what? I kind of want to go ahead. Let's cancel this order. Let's go ahead and cancel this waypoint and cancel this waypoint. I just kind of want you all to work together, so the more we work together, the happier we'll be. Let's have you guys swarm this. And then you guys who are playing ketchup and mustard right here, let's get you all up here. We're just going to take a very aggressive stance. Most of their fleet's over there, so we kind of want to meet them in the middle. So good start. Vlir obviously on the case. And we got some other work going on too, so that's good. Here's the rest of their fleet. So they got their cruisers kind of bodied along. We have 8 command points. All right, we want to let's have people engage you, which means we need to move y'all over like here. This will be good. Except for you. You go like here. And you can stick with this point because, honestly, you have no shields. And I want you to be the cleanup crew. I don't want you to go in first, although you do have a lot of armor, so that's a plus. Speaking of shields, should probably raise mine. Fire the missiles, so that's good. Let's see what else we can get here. Suddenly I'm taking on like a 5v1. Let's get the hell out while we can. We'll let DJ Monstar try to save us here. That's literally what's happening right now. So we've kind of split our forces a little bit. It's not my favorite move. So let's get you guys... Let's get everybody that's over on this line, and let's slide them to the left. Because right now, I can't zoom in on this very well, but if we stay paused over here, this is where their big scary ships are. And, yeah. I don't want to have to deal with that if I don't have to, but obviously, oh, the destroyer is trying to destroy. Doesn't know what covering fire is at all, actually taking butt shots from one of the big cruisers, but hopefully this goes okay. Kind of letting ourselves get split up a second. That kind of sucks, but you know, that's what you get for getting super aggressive pilots at this point. So let's do some covering missile fire here. Hopefully we can go past their little defenses. Somebody's fire. Somebody's okay. So we're firing at the wrong people here, and we have our fancy tiny lasers here. So that's good. That's the Gatling laser from this big thing, and now this is taking combat really kind of out of control. You're dead. You guys are like split off on the wrong thing. So this is completely going wrong. You know what we're going to do though? This ship is actually not getting reached at all, is it? Like if we look at your video feed. Yeah, we're actually not catching up with it. So let's cancel this order. And let's get you guys... Let's get you all back down here. And we're just going to kind of take the enemy as they come to us. This thing is hopefully getting hit somewhat. Like, apparently these things are fast. The more you know, right? Let's take a look at the info here. Info screen for a second. The Elysium has a maximum speed of... I should know this by now, where these are on the screen. Anyway. Top speed 85. That's really good for a cruiser. Not really good for us, though. So, yeah. We're just going to do a friendly little whittle. I'm talking like Elmer Fudd now. Do a friendly little withdrawal. Move it on back. The monster is dead. The Glimmer is not very happy. Everybody is really trying their best to catch up with this thing. And we're just going to do engagement round 2. This is refreshingly awkward. So we don't usually defend the points here, but we're going to defend a point today. We have Robert's Rebellion. We got Joe Steele hanging out over here. We got some really good ships, if I'm being honest. Why wouldn't I be? And it looks like they're just as happy to engage with us as we are with them. Looks like we're finally getting some flux damage here, so let's look at the Tier Morga. Since we got a minute, yeah. So this is going according to plan. Definitely a fan of that. Alright, so meanwhile, here we are. We managed to succeed a little too hard at splitting them off. And now I don't know where the rest of their shit is. So you know what, guys? Let's do some space parking. We're right here. Which makes it sound like we're going to go, like, to the old airfield. And, like, have a great time. See, that's the thing. That's just a dated reference that a lot of people will get. And then a lot of people will be like, what do you mean the old airfield? Well, every town has its own different place. I know I grew up in Charlotte. And although I wasn't ever, like, cool enough to go places to, like, park or whatever, the place I was most notorious for it was the old overlook at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, to the point where they actually shut it down, which is kind of unusual, but I guess when your airport's on the Billy Graham Parkway, it's not good for the brand if everyone is like, well, I don't know, maybe starting an early family as a young person is exactly what Billy Graham would have stood for. No, it's not what he stood for. Oh, man, I could go on a whole evangelical rant today. And this battle's going sideways enough that I'd actually be able to fit it in just fine. Let me put it to you like this. I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, a place that likes to pride itself on the New South. I'm very sorry for this very friendly fire weapon here. But truth be told, there is a lot of old school style religious fundamentalism just all throughout the place. I'm out of missiles. That's awkward. And Makokolo, I do not want to hit you. So look, I'm actually waiting my turn to fire, and I still hit my friend. No. All right, so we killed a few things all at once. I think you guys don't have to defend this point anymore. How are they doing on their cruiser count? Do we have anybody else that we can reinforce with? I'm going to bring in some unmanned ships. Just to try to get the Wolfpack tactics going. But that's the other thing, is that I'm trying to do the Wolfpack tactics thing. I don't just want to be sending in a bunch of heavy ships like I've done in a few series past. But yeah, to get back to the evangelical thing. Here's the thing, I wasn't even raised in an evangelical household. Like, that was, for all the flack I've given my parents about other stuff, that was at least something that I managed to not have to deal with. But I do know a lot of people that did, and man, there was a lot of harm done to them in the name of religion. And it's sad to see. Alright, so let's, speaking of religion here, let's go ahead and send that person back to their maker. Oh boy, suddenly we've gone... Did they actually just try to escape? Let's do full assault. This battle's so just confusing and out there, I don't even know where anybody is anymore. We can claim victory. The one downer about claiming victory is that they may actually re-up here, because I have not kept a good count of how many things I have to fight. Let's speed it up a little bit. Alright, so we got some ships here. Okay, so we got a lot of retreats. Okay. So we have Trivial Pursuit for Kids. It's literally just Silo 16 that made it out. We killed everybody else. Hooray. Second in command can do it. And we're just going to send some of our frigates in to do some damage. Alright. So you're all dead. Unfortunately, the ship that I would have actually spent a story point to recover is not recoverable. So we'll just recover you guys. I feel sad for the destroyer. It's kind of suffering the same plight. And I know I've gotten this comment before, but it's kind of suffering the same plight of the other dino ships, is that it's tough to do it in the hands of letting the computer do it. But really nice thing here, I hope that makes sense. When the computer controls the ship, it isn't as good as it could be. But look, all those Vic blueprints I had to sell. Good. We got some more fuel. We got some bonus crew. And we got money! Let's look at the combat log for this. Because for a fight where everybody was going everywhere, you got to give credit to a giant-ass carrier for doing a lot of work. Obviously, Robert's Rebellion was kind of in the thick of it. So, lots of good stuff here. Really like to see that Clear Skies took 2% hull damage. There's a lot of positives to take from that. And I think that we start off with trying to salvage even more junk out of there. Success. Alright, so we have repairs we got to do. I don't know if there's too much we want. Ooh, there may... Oh, that's cryovolcanic. This is a sort of exciting Terran world if we have time. And I think we do. Because I know there's a pirate base bounty here. In the Oshkosh Makash star system. Yeah, that's going to be pretty easy to find. So yeah, let's check the Terran eccentric world. Sometimes it could be pretty solid. I mean, if there's some ruins there, we could definitely do some work. And look at this. We've retrieved the final segment from the Halmon's database, a single blueprint for the Halmon class carrier itself. Well, you mean this thing, right? Let's look at our blueprints, because this was I think the comment that I got from most people here was just kind of a big jaw drop. Obviously, this battle cruiser is amazing. This cruiser is amazing, and this giant carrier definitely has a lot going for it. So there we go. We've actually unlocked everything from the Halmond, and I think it's been performing well enough in the fleet that I was wondering before, would I want to swap it out with another ship? How does a big space fleet do here? But I think it's going pretty well so far. So, Invasion of Akari, what do you know? Same as it ever was. So, Terran eccentric. Let's perform a survey. Survey says 5 supplies. Poor light. Low gravity. Poor light, but not cold. Interesting. I don't think there's ruins here. No, there's not. So, just class 5 with psychoactive fungus. Local drug demand is nullified. Well, I wonder why. Because your planet is drugs. Cool. Okay. Unfortunately, I think that means we're gonna... Oh, wait, is that literally called... Have I not noticed that this is just called I the whole time? That's fun and awkward. Alright, so Makash is here. And that means we gotta fly all the way over here. So, 1 ping for great justice, and we just keep going. Alright, so we've delivered some food. We've knocked off some mercantile fleets that were profitable to us. And notice the difference here. Legio Expedition... Ooh, y'all. What are you doing? See, here's the thing, is that... Oh, you guys are trying to invade. I forgot about that. So... They're somewhat weak. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. Which one are they invading? Karkataka. Ugh, am I going to need to come back for that? Maybe. Like heavy industry, 420 defense. LOL. We can't get this upgraded in time. I wouldn't mind maybe putting in 2 story points for that would be pretty good. Improve stability by 1. Ugh. I think we're just gonna have to trust that our defense and all of our little fleets flying through there is okay. It's funny because last time I did, or in the last series, I worked so hard to get so many privateer fleets going, and those privateer fleets are like bonus defensive fleets for everything, and I definitely do not have that benefit this time. So our monthly expenses are still bad. Did we pay our debt? Yes. All right. So we're better now. We're in the clear. We shouldn't have anybody jumping ship. Alright, so let's go up here. We got something floating over here. It's a swordsman frigate, so ignore. We're going to try not to get blasted through hyperspace. Man, it would suck if I had to counter-invade. I'm really hoping I don't have to... Oh, wow, Brighton in the Ludic Church! Having some issues with xenophobia. You guys are really pursuing me right now. Are you sure about that? Because I will pursue you too. Hey guys, space hug. Let's hug it out. Who are we sending into here? Obviously we're sending you. We're sending you. We're sending a lot of the little ships. Like, I don't want to underestimate these guys. I think you're fine to send in. Send you in because you haven't gotten as much run time. And then one of these two, eeny, meeny, miny, you have less deployment points. Let's go, let's go. Cool, I did send in the Mariah Carey. So Mariah Carey's going to follow Vlir Jamoose today, because that's just how it works. Cool, let's see how it goes. Once again, we're wanting to wolfpack this, so we're going to try to swarm around one of these things that is clearly rubbing us the wrong way. Okay, so this one's our big ticket. What do we know about you? You are a close support drone ship cruiser, and you have a bunch of guns. Okay. Remnant Graviton Beam. That's actually a little scary. Alright, let's get this joy started here. We're just going to try to take out this Fulgent, and then move everybody in over here. Because Fulgents, as you can already see, are no friggin' joke. So Vlir Jamoose already having a really bad day. Okay, so we're losing all kinds of people right away. That's fun. Let's send you in on that. You're actually alive. We have 71 points to deploy. I meant to deploy you, and we didn't. So let's send Robert's Rebellion in. Actually, no, I meant to not deploy you. I thought I could do without. So there's the Fulgent. You see this big mess right here? We're just going to go hyper aggro and try to eliminate this other thing immediately. So let's see if we can fire the missiles around here. Nope. Some very poor shooting on my end. Oh, I love having our shieldless wonder in here. Tony, make it happen. You have, like, all the defense. Man, this weapon is so hard to aim, but it's kind of fun. Okay, so fire the missiles. We have our Laidlaw accelerators as well. Baby Spice is having problems. And we immediately destroyed the thing. So, yeah. We can just make some more damage. Do some more... it's not killing if it's a robot, right? So it turns out I was fine, and I didn't need to send in the reinforcements. But that's okay. It's just supplies. We'll get those back, because we're visiting a pirate station next. Okay, and we have a tiny-ass glimmer over here. And, yeah, that worked out. Alright. So consider ship recovery. We lost... We didn't lose a lot. We did lose something permanently. I don't think I want the column, though. Drone ship carrier, 12 deployment points. I'm not going to take it. Let's just take what we can get. Cool. Okay. So just like that, we have 5 story points and 1 skill point. We leveled up. Yes, hull restoration. Yes, please. As you may recall from the last episode, we are no longer doing the Wheel of Actual Doom. This just means that now we're going to be leveling up, kind of playing it straight up as it goes. And that's okay. The series has evolved, and the way we're approaching the series is evolving with it. I don't think we have any officers to level up. We're not restricted to leveling up when we gain a level anymore. It's just a habit that I've developed now that I'll probably carry into the rest of my playing Starsector. So you're welcome. And see, just like this, we have a pretty good fuel situation. Brighton's still 34 days away. I think we might be able to do the whole shebang. Regardless, we have a pirate base right here. So let's get them pirates. Like our oh, that's a lot more stuff than I was expecting for a white dwarf. And we have a few bounties over here as well. Once again, this is fairly easy money. We just have to stabilize a little bit. So we're at Makash, and that's a lot of pirates. So clearly it's over here. And we found a probe of some kind. Let's check out this probe. Hi, probe! I don't really want to engage the automated defenses yet for something that's probably tore up. Alright, so you're here. Considering our military options, if we launch a raid against them, try to acquire valuables here. Can we get some supplies from you? We'll lose some people. But not a lot of people. Maybe get some fuel. That's not a ton of fuel. Alright, so first things first. Let's do some regular old-fashioned trade here. Congratulations, here's where our class 5 planet is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rather hit the safety net on the crew here. And I think we're good. They didn't build any special weapons for us. A Viola Bolt Converger, that's actually not bad. Once again, they have some of these crazy things because they're pirates in a very modded save. Like the Kaleidoscope, we didn't teach them that, but they may have learned a few tricks themselves. Did not mean to buy you. Alright, cool. So we get a small profit. You get to rebolster our stuff here. On the open market, I will actually buy this fuel as well. Cool, so that's stage 1. Stage 2 is consider your military options. Let's launch a raid. And we could acquire lots of stuff here. It's all medium or high. I think supplies is our best bet. So let's launch the raid. We lost 29 Marines. What do you know? The pirates are vengeful against us. Oh no, what shall we do? Alright, so I don't think we can actually restore these things here because these docks are not exactly friendly with us. So I guess at this point, if we look at the colony info, they're not having a good day. Their defenses are now 26. And if we engage the orbital station after doing all that trade, we should be able to be okay. We can do another raid within a day, but let's just blow up the thing here. Now, clearly, because we're fighting a battle station here. Oh, Sporty Spice apparently still having an issue. We're going to bring in our bigger ships. We don't need the wolf pack this so much, so we'll give you a break. We'll send in some of our smaller support officers. This is fine. This should be more than enough. And always looking for the right ship. It's fine. So this is not normally the kind of thing we fight, but null point exception, dude. You're totally acting like a Gamma Core right now, and you need to stop. Okay, so we got a bunch of shit firing at us. So hopefully we don't just lose a bunch of frigates right away. My hope was to have the little guys draw the fire away instead of what usually happens with these space stations, which is like I get absolutely swarmed by shit. So there we go. We got their first volley out of there. And we'll see how this goes. So we're just gonna shoot Green Fury. Get in Robert's Rebellion's a shot. Clearly appreciated. I get bombed. Like who's the leader of this faction? There is null point exception, making exception to any safety ideas. One thing that I was... Okay, it wasn't reminded of. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. I do need to change the skills. You can change AI officer skills anytime. Okay, so I need to maybe not fire in the butt of my buddies. Phrasing. We're gonna freak out here in a second. But we won't die because we have all the armor in the world. I say that half of our ship looks like it's on fire, though. So now we're in the way of the Gatling laser. That's exciting. Our weapons are actually all damaged, and we blew up part of the station. We did not destroy the whole station, though. But yeah, this is free money right here. Like, there's the Sandstorm doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Joe Steele doing what he's supposed to do. Everybody just getting in the mix. And just like that, we make money, we make supplies, we make fuel, we get a bonus gun. It's a good day. And the pirates are sending a vengeance fleet against us. From where? I don't know. Alright, so we can obviously begin to salvage this. It's so nice being able to loot salvage again, obviously. Now I guess we check out that probe. We have been to both of these black holes. So our other accepted mission is combat extraction from right here. Now, I guess important question, Legio. You're welcoming to us. Well, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Surface battles, defender victory, cool. So here's the thing, it's just kind of weird. It's almost like we're trying to justify why we're killing everybody else, but at the same time saying that they shouldn't be. But we're doing it for furtherance of our mission, which is, wow, Brighton is just colonizing everywhere. Epsilon Gendusa, we'll have to see. Alright, so where is your planet now? Eleanor. And there's another ping up here I'm not going to investigate. Got other shit to do. So my question is, do I go into Eleanor hoping that I don't get busted? We got busted. Nope, it's a mining fleet. We did not get busted. Cool. That's a patrol fleet. That's got to be a patrol fleet. It's not a patrol fleet. So, Customs, you're friendly to us, obviously. We just don't want you to know it was us. So we'll repair, that's fine. Since we got a little bit of cash, let's see what happens here. We're on a refit. We have a question mark civilian. Let's see what happens when we restore this all the way. I mean, this is a really good ship. Don't get me wrong. And can we afford to restore you all the way? We can. So I really like both of these ships. Essence of Salt, the question mark class, derelict. So we're going to make these work for sure. Oh my god, these are so fast. But we're not going to use them yet, so that's fine. Comm relay. Not too much to say there. How are y'all doing? We don't really want to fight or anything, but we will if we have to, etc. We actually have some weapons that we can drop off at any of these fine retailers. Okay, but I guess regrettably we do have some military business here. Such as an extraction, where we will have moderate losses. I thought that heavy armaments was low. I was like, wait a minute, we're getting armaments. But it's good to note they do have blueprints here. So, mea culpa, I guess. They still like us. And we have to return to Gag Shiny Rock. Did I check and see who I'm doing this mission for, by the way? Probably important to read the fine print here. So, accepted. Okay, Kingdom of Terra. So this is actually a good, solid Kingdom of Terra mission. As was the plan the whole time. Brighton, how far away are you all? 24 days until arrival. You know what? I think we can do this. I think we can get in, get back, and return. And we have another ship flying towards us, maintaining contact with the fleet. You're running from the fleet, as you should. You guys are practically pirates. You should know better. Domain error probe. I totally forgot to do the other domain error probe here. Since it looks like we're going back towards our home, I will accept these. Like we just did a little slingshot maneuver and it worked out pretty well. And this is 16,000 or 160,000, pretty easy money. But clearly we're going to have to up our invasion game if we're going to be trying to take on Brighton, who is really wow, that is a big fleet. I have no quarrel with you, sir. Okay, so somebody, Psy Nation, somebody looks like they're about to start invading some shit. So let's see here. Scary Spice did a lot of work there. We knew that. Serendipitous is doing a lot of work. That's me! Wow, okay. And then Joe Steele with the MVP versus the solo place here. Obviously, clear skies, null point exception. Anything that has like a lot of bullets that can be fired is going to do well in that kind of static fight here. Heavy armaments. We're going to see if we can catch this guy. It's Legio, so you're not Legio, right? Move in to engage. All right, let's get this party started, shall we? This is a mercantile convoy. We don't need to send like everything under the sun here. All right, so let's do this. Like, they're not retreating. And, like, Legio will understand. They'll understand that, you know what, if you're shipping stuff like this, you need maybe a better escort. Because they've got a bunch of big shit up there, and we have a bunch of little shit down here. So, most of these are, like, civilian frigates and shit. Let's drop all you guys on this one. You guys too. And we'll just let everybody else fire at will. Not literally someone named Will that just happened to be flying in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know the drill. And yes, if you caught that, I was surprised to have actually done damage to somebody here before, so let's try not to missile our friends. Let's actually do some work. Can we? Okay. Ha! What is this engineering? It's a solid question. Okay. Okay. Have to... Ooh! That's a good shot. Missiles depleted. We are fine with that. To hell with Logic, who's been in the fleet for a very long time and is currently unmanned. And there is our brave former super aggressive driller. I still have this dream of getting the drills back online and just having a fleet of everybody drilling everybody. I think at this point we can just speed it up a little bit. Maybe without outfluxing myself. In the face of danger, this feels like the problem I had with all the frigates. Alright. Once again, what is leading? What is friendly fire? I'd be kicked out of my own faction at this point. For sure. I know there was a lot of salt about me getting kicked out of the Vic due to friendly fire, but this one is definitely on me. Alright, so we're going to pursue these two. Cool. Ship recovery. We actually... A Stratus could be an okay one, but we're not looking for a dodge today. So Legio still not unhappy with us. Once again, they kind of understand. We needed fuel. There's fuel available, and now I got to make sure that these shits don't turn around. Alright, so Torga. I barely even know her. That joke doesn't work. You can't just say that every time something comes up. Alright. So Dassault Mikoyan is running. If this is on the right hand side, we can definitely do this. We can definitely do this. Alright, so that's more freemoneyreport.com. And supplies, fuel, and ship hulls. I think we're kind of full up, so that's okay. Obviously, they're running from us. We're starting to get a reputation, I think, of maybe not being the nicest fleet to run into. So, Vengeance Fleet. So, we're going to get some pirates trying to give us some space hugs. And it's going to be great, because it's going to be right after the episode cut. And I'm going to forget. And then I'm going to be like, oh, surprise, it's pirates. Very convenient pirates. Alright, so we're here. Okay. Everybody wants to invade my artificial planet. And, but they don't want to invade it very hard. So, apparently that means I have a security problem that the computer thinks it can exploit. Alright, repair ships, that's fine. That's not what I wanted to do. Open the comm directory, and just like that, we get a little more reputation. We only have one other high-value prisoner at this point, so... we're going to be just short. But that means we're close. That's okay. Just means the next time we come around, as long as we don't have any, like, diplomatic screw-ups here. Or we could make a lot of money trading. Here's another excellent mashup. Okay. Ikari seems like a good place to buy these things from. So that's good. We definitely need y'all's fuel. So thank you. We're actually really good on supplies. You guys want metal, right? No. You're getting metal anyway. Here. What else? Because we just need to unload a little bit of cargo. I think this is good enough. Like, our crew numbers are fine. These Marines are horribly priced, but apparently Marines are suddenly at a premium. Like, apparently everybody invading everybody kind of makes a problem. But yeah, we do have some goals for ships we can buy eventually. The Mammoth is really one of the things that I'm looking for. It just is very fortunate that it was here. So like I said, double drilling, 27 deployment points. We just have to make sure that we don't die while doing it, which means getting another hull mod that's kind of hiding in here that we can't get yet. Have not actually taken a look at the Ammonite before. That's a very curious ship. So, fun times. But that's going to do it for this one. This is Asher with Starsector, the new class. Hopefully next time I'll remember to go to Ikari. Hopefully next time I'll remember that I'm being not just invaded, but double invaded. And hopefully next time I will remember to have a good time. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Lots of combat today. A little bit of piracy goes a long way to surviving into later parts of the game. And one day, slowly but surely, we will repair all the D-mods in this fleet. All of them. Every single one of them. I should also definitely look at loading out these ships, because once again, they're good. Design Colonial Initiative, Colonial Initiative. They're just solid ships. But yeah, enough prating on my part. Hope y'all are doing well. Have a great day. We'll do this again soon. It's kind of funny because I'm posting this episode a little bit later today. Like I said, there's been a lot of shit going on for me. March has been an incredibly tough, busy month. beginning of April's not looking much better, but at least I'll have some breathing room here to get a few episodes out and make sure that you all can stay updated on what's going on with Sieghart Immortalis. So I wish you all the best. Thank you for your continued support. See you next time.